I'm Brooke.
I'm Ryan.
And we decided to channel our energy while trapped in quarantine to give you the definitive ranking of the Kingdom Hearts worlds. A list that you probably never asked for.
But you need. Maybe.
Full disclosure, we know nothing about games.
But we are experts in Kingdom Hearts. Sort of. World by world, we're going to make you fall in love with the game again.
And also with us.
Maybe. So let's escape into the beautiful Disney worlds of Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
A podcast.
A podcast.
So I've stolen my brother's Xbox. I should rephrase that. I've stolen my brother's Xbox to convince him to be on the podcast and hidden it somewhere in the house.
Oh my god. You're holding his... First of all, I like the idea that the singular of Xbox is Xbox. So you hid in the Xbox in your house. That is the funniest thing I've ever heard and the most petty, like, classic sibling thing.
You know, he made a promise to me that he was going to be on the podcast, and then right before, he reneged. And I think this will be powerful enough to get him on. But I think the thing that's really going to get him on is the star power that you bring, considering your recent accomplishment.
Yes, everybody, I have beaten the game because I'm going to New York tomorrow. And so I wanted to make sure that I had Kingdom Hearts 1 finished. And I've been spending pretty much the entire week grinding because I wanted to get the Ultima weapon. And so I do have to confess that I have used guides to learn how to acquire some synthesis items. But I think that I stuck to my goal. I stuck to my goal of not looking at any guide for any of the main gameplay. I found all the Dalmatians and all the chests by myself. So yeah, I spent a lot of time just jumping from world to world. And in that process, I was able to get to level 100, which I've never done. And let me tell you, a proud mode who. Let me just say that. Because when I played the game last time and I went through, and I'm sure we'll talk more about, like, we'll go into more depth when we talk about, like, the post final rest part of the game. I remember it took me I think a full day just to get past the first Ansem. And it took me 15 minutes to finish the game because I didn't have to block. I just had the Ultima weapon and a level 100, and I beep booped my way through. It was a delight and a half. I'm never not doing that ever again.
I've never heard of anyone who got the ultimate weapon, who got to level 100, who beat Sephiroth. You're the first person I know.
I've never even attempted Sephiroth. I beat the Ice Titan. I've beaten the entire Olympus Coliseum. Like, technically, I think I should go back. Like, if I'm trying to get to 100% of the game, I need to go back and, like, do the tournaments on my own, which, like, maybe I'll do eventually. But Sephiroth, like, again, like, he's very hard, but because I was so strong and I had, like, elixirs, it was, like, no big deal. It's just Getting the ultimate weapon is more tedious than anything. But it's, like, because I was spending so much time, like, just grinding to get items, I leveled up so fast. And, like, it took me till level 90 to get Lucky Strike. 90.
What is Lucky Strike where you get more rare items?
Yes. I spent a lot of time with the pot scorpion. I spent a lot of time. And I beat the Phantom and I beat Kurt Zisa.
That's crazy. And you weren't even on level 100 yet when you did that, right?
No. I'm, like, so thrilled with myself.
I feel like an electric shock even thinking about that. So I guess my question is, do you have a new appreciation for Kingdom Hearts 1 now that you've mastered it?
Yeah. I mean, it's so, like, I just always was like, the synthesis, I think Kingdom Hearts 3, like, got me the most, like, into synthesis because it's the clearest. Like, it tells you what you need and sort of, like, what Heartless, like, the thing I like about Kingdom Hearts 3 is that it does seem like it's a little dumbed down, maybe, but it's like, I don't think I should need the guide in order to like know how to complete the game. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like Kingdom Hearts 1, they were obviously still figuring it out, but like I will. This is like feels like a conversation for a later episode, but yes, I love it, and I think that the end of the game is so good. It's like a little confusing, but I just love it. I love that battle. I love the come guardian. You know.
As we remember, the Guardian, according to your therapist, is,
I know. I was gonna say my old therapist, the therapist that I hated, told me that I had a similar guardian blocking me from connecting to new hearts, and I said, "This seems like you're sort of like scratching an itch that doesn't need to be scratched. Like I don't think I need to be encouraged here any more than I already am. And also no, like that's my thought.
Come Guardian.
Come guardian.
Come Guardian.
So do you think that Andrew will realize that he's missing his Xbox? I'm never not calling it an Xbox.
Yeah, if he wants his Xbox back, he's gonna have to come in this room which maybe I'll get. Oh, so I hid the controller and the Xbox in separate places, so it's sort of like his own little Kingdom Hearts scavenger hunt.
Talk about trick or treat. Happy Halloween.
I'm the trick master over here. That's just juggling his Xbox controller and his Xbox and lighting things on fire, falling asleep, singing music. Yeah, well, I think maybe because we're talking about Olympus Coliseum, and the real reason that I thought he would be so good is he's the ultimate jukebox for the Olympus Coliseum song. Like he'll sing it around the house sometimes.
Really? I don't think I could like place it, or I have no it's nowhere in the recesses of my brain. I can tell you the like all of the things that they say in between fights, but I could not tell you the music that plays.
Give me
wait,
some of those.
I hear it. I think now I hear it. Well, Donald's going for Daisy. That's the power of the Keyblade. Just Goofy going, woo!
It's for Daisy that always gets me, because I'm always like, you have not talked about Daisy once during this entire game, and all of a sudden you're some gladiator doing it for your woman.
Yeah, he wears her favor in his under. What does Donald wear? Clothes? No. Yeah,
he wears a top.
He wears a top. Yeah, it's in there. It's in there for sure. I will say, the Olympus Coliseum is hard.
I think it's maybe the hardest thing about the game, and that's why I can't quite decide whether I like it or not.
Yeah, it's tedious. Here's my like hot take on the Olympus Coliseum. It's tedious, but like exceptionally satisfying to win. Because I would say that like I think the hardest battles are in the Olympus Coliseum. I know we've talked about Ursula, but like I think Hades is so hard because like you just have no way of knowing how to beat him. I think the first Leon and Yuffie, impossible. And then you get Cloud and Leon, impossible. And then the audacity of them to give you the Ice Titan, it's so hard. I think that the battles in the Olympus Coliseum require the most like, this is going to sound so stupid, technical skill than the other battles, because I feel like you need to use block and you need to know what, like the only other ones and the secret bosses, like they require technical skill.
If you had to rank the hardest bosses in the Olympus Coliseum, which would you say is the hardest to the least hardest of the ones you've just said?
Well, I feel like Sephiroth doesn't count. I feel like he's his own thing, right? Because he's but it only took me 2 times to beat him. Because once you figure him out, it's actually, and once if you're strong enough, it's fine. I would say that I think that Leon and Yuffie might be the hardest for me. That one definitely took me the longest because I think you do it when you're like your skill level is like lower. So I think that is an element that makes it harder. Then Leon and Cloud is probably right under there. And then Hades. And then weirdly, like Cerberus is so hard to me.
The first time or the second time?
The second time. And then I think just like regular ass Cloud is probably the like easiest of the hardest.
Rack, yeah.
Also, when you beat Sephiroth, there's a cutscene between yeah, between Cloud and Sephiroth. Cloud's like, you'll never like I'll never be like essentially like I'll never be happy as long as you exist. And Sephiroth is like, come join the darkness to me. It's like they're linked, which like I had no idea. Like, who the fuck is Sephiroth? Do you know?
I have no idea, but I know there's like a thing between Cloud and Aerith, and I think there's a huge backstory there that I have no idea what's going on. But
Those
I
are
think there's something about the three of them.
Final Fantasy characters, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, like presumptively, that's not a word. Presumably, if I had played Final Fantasy and didn't just come into this world for the Disney aspect of Kingdom Hearts, like seeing Cloud would probably be like a moment of like, oh, this guy, right? You think?
Yeah, 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 I think that's right.
Do you
It
have?
makes me want to go. What?
No, no, please. It makes you want to go play Final Fantasy. Is that what you were going to say?
Well, it makes me wonder if I should play Final Fantasy, so I get an extra layer of meaning. It's like reading a prequel.
You could. I just feel like I don't like that aspect of the game enough.
Same. I just want someone to tell me what the relationships are.
Yeah, I could Google it. Okay, so Sephiroth. Oh, Sephiroth is the main antagonist of Final Fantasy VII and one of the major antagonists in the extended universe. In spin off appearances, Sephiroth is depicted as Cloud's arch enemy and is seen as a symbol of Cloud's troubled past that haunts him.
Wow. Does Aerith have anything to do with them?
So this seems like it's all Final Fantasy VII. Oh, it looks like there's a love triangle with Aerith, Cloud, and this other character. Whoa, okay, Sephiroth kills her.
Kills Aerith?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. At the beginning, it was originally intended that Aerith and Sephiroth are brother and sister. Oh, but then it was changed, so now they're former lovers. Wow. Yeah, and then Sephiroth kills her. But it says that Cloud's true love interest is this character, Tifa.
Antifa?
Yes, Antifa. Wow. Okay.
Is Aerith like Maleficent, where we just keep killing her and she just keeps kind of popping up again?
She's the lead heroine of Final Fantasy VII. A young woman who joins the eco-terrorist organization Avalanche. As the story progresses, Avalanche begins to pursue the game's antagonist, Sephiroth, and the player learns that she's the last living member of this oldest race of the planet. And then she's later re-released. She appears in later releases of Kingdom Hearts. She's Mandy Moore in Kingdom Hearts 1. She's Mina Suvari in Kingdom Hearts 2 and Final Fantasy 7 and in Remind. Okay, and the character and the events surrounding her death in Final Fantasy have been met with overall positive reception.
Same, yeah.
Wow. Okay, okay. So yeah, so
I'm glad I know that. Like now I don't have to play the game and I know that there's some cuz I just remember she says something about like if you see Cloud or if you see someone, tell him I miss him or something. She makes some very offhanded comment that I'm like, wait a second.
Yes, and it looks like Leon is from Final Fantasy VIII. Wow. Well, that's a lot of backstory that we didn't have before.
I feel like I have a richer experience now. I guess last question is, where does Yuffie come into all this?
That's a great question. Yuffie, Final Fantasy.
The great ninja Yuffie, as she refers to herself, which...
She's an optional playable character in Final Fantasy VII. She's a ninja and a thief.
We have that in common.
She has almost no impact on the game's main storyline. Oh, I think she's around with Zack. She's like a Zack stan. Wow, Final Fantasy seems intense. Oh, and then she hangs out with Cloud.
And then who's the guy in Kingdom Hearts 2? I know we're getting a little off track and we'll go back to the Coliseum, but in the underworld, there's like a Cloud-like older zaddy that we hang out with.
Kingdom Hearts 2 Underworld. Auron is who you're referring to. He's from Final Fantasy X. And before his death, he spent his life as a guardian and tried to prevent his ward from sacrificing his life. When he died, he was taken and imprisoned by Hades. And because I guess he was bad in Final Fantasy. But I don't know.
All I have to say about that is come guardian.
Come guardian. Okay. Originally a playable character from Final Fantasy X, a monk shrouded in mystery. He's a guardian. Yeah, that's all I got.
I'm shook by all this information that we never get in the Kingdom Hearts universe. They just sort of, and I feel like that's what probably makes it thrilling, and that's why there's a crossover with the Final Fantasy people, because it's nice to have those little cameos.
Ryan, I have a question for you.
Yes.
How many games do you think exist in the Kingdom Hearts canon? I'm on the Kingdom Hearts wiki right now.
Okay. So there's obviously Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3, Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, Recoded, 365/1.5 days or whatever. There's the one that's on the Chain of Memories, so that's 8. There's one that's on the on your phone, which I don't know what it's called. There's now Melody of Memory, and I feel like there are 2 more that I can't even conceive, so I bet there are 12.
There's 14.
14?
So you've got Kingdom Hearts, Chain of Memories, 2, 358
All right, here he is.
over
All right,
2.
Here.
Andrew!
Andrew, come here.
Uh-oh.
He just got in the shower.
Seriously? What a savage. Does he know that his Xbox is missing?
Andrew, all I need you to do is sing the song. Okay. Just sing the song.
Okay. Oh well. Like the
Olympus Coliseum song, yeah.
Okay. Do 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 do. Is that what I say to you? Zabadoo baboo. Da da do. Don't suck it on my duck and on my duck and on my do.
Incredible.
Thank you. I definitely heard it in the beginning there. Then it's it's almost like your brother remains 11.
You have no idea. Yeah, it's he will sing that around the house. Like that is a refrain that we'll hear when I am home.
With the added scatting is what even?
Yeah, it's definitely got scat vibes. It's like I think Kingdom Hearts is sort of where he learned jazz.
Wow. I don't recall very much scatting within the Kingdom Hearts musical canon, but I love that for Andrew.
Well, just wait till you get to Atlantica too.
Wow, you're right.
I'm so sorry I interrupted. Continue with
Oh, wow. Okay, so this one coded was on a mobile phone, and then you have Kingdom Hearts Key.
Oh, yeah.
Which was on the internet, which looks like, I don't know. And then Union Key, which is a phone app. And then Birth by Sleep, Fragmentary Passage, and then 3. And then Dark Road, which I don't know what that is either. Yeah, there's a lot of sort of the apps that I didn't know existed.
So do we have to play these?
I don't know if we can find them.
I just don't understand why they diversified their platforms.
Oh, Melody of Memory you can get on. Is it an Xbox One?
I don't know. It's an Xbox One, I think.
Well, if it's an Xbox One, you can play Melody of Memory.
Oh, shit, really?
I might get it on the Switch just so I can bring it and have it in New York because I'm very curious, although I guess I have to wait, right?
For what?
Melody of Memory is going to be our treat at the end.
Yes, that's true. I mean, with all the music we've sang on this podcast, I feel like we'll have an extra leg up on other gamers.
Yeah. 100%. We are gamers.
We are gamers. I feel like we're kind of in the easy part of this podcast where we're in a familiar game, and I feel like when we start branching out to more unfamiliar worlds, we'll have to have each other's back a little bit and be like, what the hell was that?
Totally. I'm nervous. I don't know. I think the jury is still out on Chain of Memories, right?
Yeah, because it's just the same thing over and over. I feel like we'll do a Chain of Memories episode where we just talk about it, but
I'm happy to do that. I really don't want to play it again.
Once was enough. I don't think I've finished. I finished it on the Game Boy when I was like 13 or whatever, but on the PlayStation, I just got through Hollow Bastion, and now I have to fight all the organization members. I'm just kind of like,
it's so hard.
Yeah, Lucerne, too hard.
Larkseen, you mean?
Oh yeah, Lucerne is, I think, a city in Switzerland that I've just put an X in. Wow. Okay, well, let's make this a Olympus-filled episode.
Okay.
Do you just want to rate it, and then we can just go into the discussion from there? Because I kind of need to hear what you feel about it, because I'm super conflicted about it as a world.
Yeah. Like I said before, it's tedious but satisfying, and like it's like optional, but also when you do it, it does impact the plot, I feel, and you get things from it, like you get Graviga when you beat Hades, which I know you love. It's like interesting.
I'm all about the Graviga.
It's interesting about like the optional things. Like I guess that makes sense, but it is a little surprising to me that like Stopka and Graviga come from things you don't have to do. Like you can't. There's no other way to sort of level up your spells. I think I'm gonna give it a 7. My impulse is 7 because it's really polarizing for me. Like I was committed to completing the Olympus Coliseum this round. I usually don't because the Hades Cup thing is so long and it takes so long to get past Cloud and Leon that I usually got so frustrated that I just threw my controller to the side and stopped. And then the same thing with Hades. Like they don't make it easy. Yeah, I just think like, I think I always sort of resisted it, but I feel like I do feel like I was a stronger player having finished it. What about you? How do you feel?
I'm not going to be so generous. The Olympus Coliseum for me in the game is like going to the gym. It's just something that you have to do to get the gains you want. And there are some great boss battles. Like I said, love the Hades boss battle. The Ice Titan's great. Never yet tried to take on Sephiroth in a meaningful way. But the thing that just bugs me is for our first experience with the Hercules movie, because we start with Olympus Coliseum, we never really get like an all-in. We kind of get it spread out over the 3 games, which is fine. But it doesn't have a lot of consistency. And the actual gameplay, the number of times that I'm so close to beating one of the cups, but then I realize I forgot to stock potions or I forgot to stock something, and then I get killed, and then I have to go back to the very beginning. It's so frustrating. So there are the times of elation of, oh my gosh, I finally beat that, but then there are just times of sheer frustration. So that kind of bugs me. The inability to replenish items, the fact that I have to see Donald say for Daisy, or that's the power of the Keyblade from Sora, or just wahoo hoo hoo hoo. It just goes on so many times, and
wahoo hoo hoo.
I don't know. I never look forward to it. It's always, but you always have to go back and do it. But it is nice because you can level up and come back and do a harder boss battle later on. And I guess you get experience from it. But I don't know. Besides the boss battles that I look forward to, there's just so much of me being annoyed by it. And I don't know. I feel like it's a 5.5 for me.
Honestly, that's so fair. I think I would have been there had I'm not like running on the high of beating it yesterday.
Which maybe I'll be there. I'm still in the early stages. I still haven't started the Hades Cup. So
I think the key to the Hades Cup, or the key to the Olympus Coliseum, is just like having Sonic and Arcanum and whatever the other one is.
Oh, Trinity Limit.
Oh, well, I only used it when I was grinding. You know what I wish? Here are the things I wish. I'm sure you feel this way because I know how you feel about Genie. I do think you should be able to use summons in the Coliseum.
Wow.
I do like that we get more from that we do get to get in the underworld. It becomes more than just like Hercules himself, the world really blossoms into its final form in game 3, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of the only world in game 3 that I'm like, this is awesome. Every other one I'm kind of like, eh.
Really? I loved the Toy Story world. But that's
Oh,
not...
sorry. Yes, that one is amazing. That almost makes up for the entire game.
You haven't finished the game yet.
Maybe that's what I should do today. I mean, I've hid the Xbox, so I've got to reinstall. I feel like I'm going to be in big trouble when I when I finally turn over its hiding place.
I mean, you gotta, because the end of the game. I mean, when I tell you that I wept.
I'm scared. I want to get through 1 first, and then maybe revisit 2, and then finally I'll bring 3 home, because I feel like the thing about 3 is I just didn't remember who anyone was.
Save it.
I'm going to save it for the end of the podcast, and then maybe live I will watch it and weep.
Oh, yeah. I love that for you. Do we have anything else to say on the Olympus Coliseum?
I think that's... it's hard to get...
I have one thing to say.
Okay.
My biggest pet peeve about the Olympus Coliseum is that once you are able to play in the tournaments, it shouldn't say closed, because it's not closed. It's open. You can go in and you can play, and you're competing in tournaments. So why on earth is there still a rope on it that says closed? It makes me so mad.
Brooke, that is so astute, number one. And yeah, that should be the final mix, the final mix. That's the one thing they forgot.
Yeah, it's like you changed the colors, but you didn't think that the Coliseum is open suddenly. God.
Okay, I'm going to throw in one pet peeve that you just made me think of about the Olympus Coliseum, and that is that one random barrel that's on the floating platform the second time you have to train to see whether or not you're a hero. And in retrospect, is that the training you need for what is to come to face Cloud and Leon? No. It seems a little arbitrary, Phil, but that one little barrel that you have to aim your barrel just right to throw at it, it's very annoying.
You know, now that we're here, I will say, I think that it might have behooved them that rather than making us just beat up barrels, to like give us some like block training. Like, I feel like having us, like, I feel like that would have been like, in terms of trials, like, I think we could have maybe spent more time like honing our defense skills, which I think is like a thing that's imperative in the Olympus Coliseum.
I agree. Yeah, that's because, and we should have gotten block when we got dodge roll, because block is not a negotiable thing at a certain point.
No, not at all. When do you get block again?
I think it depends on...
Of course.
Yeah, depends on your choices.
Okay, I'm looking. Stupid. Okay. Block. Kingdom Hearts. Final mix. Oh, this is a different Kingdom Hearts wiki. Oh, no, this is the same one. Oh, there's merchandise.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Hot Topic, look out.
Oh, it links you to Hot Topic.
Oh, well, Hot Topic, look out, incoming. Maybe we should get involved on the wiki and just let people know that we are a sort of the prince and princess of Kingdom Hearts now, so they should listen up.
Yeah, if we can. Ooh, the pajama pants look comfortable.
Oh.
I mean, I already have the overalls. Oh, there's a lot of necklaces and rubber bracelets.
Brooke, anything else about the Olympus Coliseum or Hercules or Hot Topic?
Hot Topic. No, I'm just on the Hot Topic website right now. This is a cute shirt. I'm sending it to you. No, and stop me. I would wear this shirt.
Can you send it to me?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yes.
For those of you listening, it's like what could be a crop top, but isn't on this model. with a pocket, and in the pocket there's a little sea salt ice cream and a little papao fruit. It's obviously
and it's
popular because they have it only in extra large.
Something to sleep in. It's only $18.62 with honey.
They have heartless boxers, Ryan.
What?
Ryan,
Where are they?
I'm sending it to you. These are cute. They're only $10.
I'm getting them. Oh, they're only coming small. Well, I'll start working on it. Heartless are cute. I'll say it.
Sure.
These ones anyway. They're adorable. Okay, I'll start getting myself down to a small, and you start getting yourself up to an extra large.
Easy. All right.
Okay, Brooke. I'm gonna let you shop. Shop till you dream drop distance. Thanks for listening.
Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. If you're looking to connect our heart, follow us on Instagram at KingdomHearts_pod.
And if you want to enter the realm of darkness that is our lives, follow us. I'm at Brooke Wiseman.
And I'm at Rye Bernston. See you next week with another Kingdom Hearts Worlds and Kingdom Hearts ratings.
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
The podcast.